Okay, we're going to use my How to Doodle guide today to do a little bit of drawing. If you're up for it and you wanna, if you like, want to kickstart your creativity, if you've got a little bit of art block, if you want to start learning to draw but you're not sure where to start, this little guide is going to be perfect for you. It's my How to Doodle guide. It's available from my website. There it is. And yeah, it's about 14, 15 pages. You can download the pages, you can print them all off, and what you get is these little prompt cards. Let me show you some of the sheets actually. So you got an intro, like a materials list, and some instructions in there as well. And then these are the best bits. You've got all of these like little prompt cards that you can print off and cut out. So these are the bits I'm going to use today. I'm going to show you how I use those today. As well as that, you've got some like templates that you can use to help you draw all sorts in there. And like I say, it's free, so what have you got to lose? If you head to my website, corpacademy.com, there'll be a big button right up at the top there, big button called Free Doodle Guide or something like that, or I don't know what it's called. But yeah, head there and you'll be able to download the Doodle Guide. But what I thought I'd do today is just show you how it works. So I've printed them all off because would you believe I haven't actually got a copy myself that I printed off. So I printed them all off, cut them all out. I've got loads of little face cards in there, a bunch of body cards in there, and then you finish off with a bunch of texture cards as well. So the way it works is you draw a body card. Let me put the bodies there. You draw a body card first, then you put the face in that body card, then you put a texture on it, and it's just a nice easy way of coming up with like thousands of different characters just from a handful of cards there. So that's what we're going to do. We'll materials. I'm going to use my Diddy little sketchbook, really tiny sketchbook, and a 0.1 or 0.5 in fine liners, and a pencil. You might need a pencil for today because some of these characters, they're not particularly complicated or anything like that, but for some of them you will need to just pencil out a rough guide of where everything lives. Okay, so that's all you need. If you're drawing bigger, if you're going to draw on like an A4 sheet of paper, yeah, it's easy. You just have fatter pens. That's all you've got to remember. Or if you're drawing with thinner pens, just draw loads more characters. So yeah, let me show you how it all works. Okay, thanks for the thumbs up already, whoever that was. Appreciate that. First card is a cactus. So all we do now is just on this page, we're just going to draw a cactus in. We don't need a pencil for the cactus. What you'll notice with these prompt cards is if you need a pencil, you'll see a little grey bit. Can you see that little grey bit in there? If you need a pencil, you'll see a little grey bit in there. I'll just help you with where to put everything in. This will be available on replay pretty soon as well, so don't panic if you're missing the starts. But we are going to just fill this little page up with a bunch of little characters. So let's go and work this cactus in then. First off, it's a big sausage shape. It's a sausage shape, and then it's got a big ear coming off the side, like that. Everything I do is like sausage shapes in the How to Doodle guide. Keeps it nice and easy, simple to follow, simple to recreate as well. And let's go and double line it. Double lining it is just going over it all twice. If you want to go after that like smooth look and that perfect look, I'd not encourage that for the time being. For the time being, when you're first starting out especially, just go after that wonky look. If you're after perfection, get that perfectly wonky look. So there you go. And wonky lines just look better, much easier to draw as well. So what else have we got coming out of this cactus? We're going to flick the V's off, so still with that same pen. Just going to wander around the character now and just flick off some V's. Get into that ear. I think it's a branch. We'll call it a branch. We'll call it an ear. I don't know. But just flick off some V's around there. Work your way around. And there we go. Nice, easy character to draw. Just a simple little cactus plant. But then what we do is we then go into our next pack, which is faces. And we pull out a face card and we draw that face on there. So what I tend to do at this stage is just go down a pen size. So that was a 0.5. This is now 0.1. So a little bit smaller. And then we'll put that face in there. Look at it, how easy it is. It's just, the eyes are just circles with little reflections in, colour in, the rest black. Dead simple. Yeah, the mouth again really simple, just a big old U shape. Double line it, make it a little bit thicker down the bottom there. And then for cheekbones we've got little hashtags. And there's our first character. Let's go and pick out a texture. So our third set of prompt cards is the texture cards. Now these ones, they just kind of like, that looks a little bit boring at the moment. So this next one just kind of gives you some ideas of what you can put in as a texture. And we've got a load of dashed lines is our texture. So I'd stick with that thinner pen. And all we're going to do is just go and put on a load of dashed lines all up the side there. See, it doesn't have to be particularly neat. Let's put some like 3 dashes together. Let's put some around here as well. Don't know if you can see that. Let me just quickly zoom in on that so you can see what's happened there. Look. So yeah, just a bunch of dashed lines. Let me refocus. That's as good as it gets, I'm afraid. Okay, so yeah, you get the idea, yeah? Body, face, texture. It's as easy as that. If you want to download the How to Doodle guide, you can pick it up from my website. If you go to corpacademy.com, you'll see it down here. If you're watching, wherever you're watching, if you're watching on any platform apart from Instagram, you'll see my URL down there, corpacademy.com. If you're on Instagram, you'll just have to, you can go to the link in my bio, you'll be able to find it there. There'll be a link to where to get the guide from. And like I say, it's totally free. So you've got nothing to lose. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's go and put another character in. So we've done that one. I want to see how quickly I can get this one done. I've been on now for 8 minutes and I've drawn one character. But what I love about this is that you can actually draw quite quick with it as well. So this next one's called Morm. Go and grab your 0.5. In fact, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to decrease the size of the canvas that I'm using. I'm going to start putting a little border in. Like that. What this is going to do is, for one, it's going to frame the drawing quite nicely. And two, it means I don't really have to spend too much time drawing because I'm already in a small sketchbook, but I'm going to draw really small in a small sketchbook. So I'm just putting it down here because I'll probably have a little character poking off the edge there. But you can see how this one's like poking off at the bottom down here. Okay, let's go and draw Morm. So you don't need a pencil for that. Just go in with your 0.5 again. Let's go and put in that worm shape. Double line it. Put in those ears. Big old ears. Finish off the rest of the lines are all thin lines. So go and grab your thin pen. We'll go and put the inner ears in. And we've got some stripes as well. Beautiful. So second character in, let's go and pick a face for it. Let's put that down the bottom. Next face is another little cute one. Yeah, they're all kind of cute as well in this pack. There's no There's no weird stuff. I don't think there is anyway. I mean, I think there is a character called Fish Lips, or a face called Fish Lips. Or, I don't know. We'll find out in a bit. But let's go put those eyes in first. You see that it's a black circle, 3 reflections in there. Black circle, 1, 2, 3 reflections. Colour the rest in black. Let's put another eye in over that side. 3 reflections in, 1 big reflection, 2 small ones. Got some really cool looking eyes in there. D shape for the mouth. Little curve down the bottom for a tongue, and then colour the top bit in black. Finish off with a couple of cheekbones, little circles, little flick off around the underneath there for the bottom lip. It's character number 2. See what texture we've got in this one. So we had those stripes last time. This time round we've got some just lines. Just lines. See what I mean? It's not particularly complicated. Cheers, Lucas. Thank you, mate. This is like starter stuff for getting creative. Let's go and put these little lines in. So I'm not putting it in the whole character. I'm putting it inside the stripes. So there's a little bit of decision making you'll probably still need to make with this, but most of the difficult decisions of like how to start, where to start, what to draw are all kind of done for you. Okay, let's we've done that one. Let's go and put the next one in. Next character is called Foot Face because it looks like a foot, and we're going to put a face on it. Easy as that. So grab your 0.5, figure out where this one, next one's going to go. Whenever you're building up your characters, I like to have like a little gap in between them. So you see that one's kind of like coming out of that one's head. That's fine. This next one, though, I'm going to put it over here, leave a little gap, and it's going to come up like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double line that. There you go. That's the character done with the 0.5. Then you grab your 0.1. And you're going to go and put in these little toes, little toenails. I think it was only just a few seconds ago I was saying there's no weird cards in here, and then next thing I know I'm drawing toenails and the feet. So yeah, there are probably some slightly weird cards in there. Let's go and pick a face out for this one. And what I like to do as well is I always draw whatever comes up on the card. Always draw it, yeah? You're going to get your favourites, which is absolutely fine, but I think it's great to just draw whatever comes up and stick to that. Be quite disciplined with that. So here we go. Let's go and put that face on this one. So we'll do the mouth first. The mouth is a nice wide capital H, and then we'll whack in those 3 teeth. 1, 2, 3. We can still double line that if you want to. Even though it's a thinner pen, double lining it and getting some thin and fat lines in there, I think always looks a lot better. 3 teeth and 3 eyes. 1, 2, 3. Let's have them all looking at cactus. So just put the pupils all over that side. We'll finish off this character with a texture. We've already done the lines. Let's see what's coming up next. There's a few more people in the comments. Sorry about that. I missed you. Hi Vortical. Hi at Jen Pa from Indonesia. B May. Hey B. So yeah, this one is like a furry texture, so that works out quite well for a foot, doesn't it? For foot face. So just flicking the V's off with the thin pen, just flick off loads of V's, and you can see how it starts to make the character look a little bit furry without it being too complicated. Clump them together as well. When you're doing little bits of texture like that, rather than putting them like spacing them out perfectly, what you want to do is like put 2 or 3 in the same area, but just change the size a little bit. Okay, there's character number 3. So just a reminder, all of these are coming from my free doodle guide, How to Doodle. If you can pick it up from my website, go to corpacademy.com. There's a big button, a big white button at the top of the website that says free download or something like that. Just pick it up from there, and yeah, it's full of prompt cards, templates, instructions, all kind of stuff like that. And today I'm showing you how I use them. Right, let's go and put another character in. So foot face is gone. Next character, I can already see it. It's Gurkasaur, which is one of my favourite characters. Gurkasaur is like half gherkin, half dinosaur, which is why I really like it. You can see this one's already got a bit of texture already in there, so I might not actually use a texture card for this one. So let's go and put Gurkasaur in. So nice and easy this one. Grab your 0.5. Grab your 0.5 and let's put that sausage shape in. I'm going to squeeze it in over here. And in fact, I'll make it... where should I put it? No, let's put it over here. Look. Go from this one's head all the way across to that one's head. When I'm building up characters, like I leave like a finger width gap between them. And when I go to the next layer, I go from one head to the next head. So I kind of just easily spread things out so they don't look too weird. Okay, we've double lined it. Then we're going to do this bouncy line going from the top all the way down the back. Let's go this side with the bouncy line. Double line that as well. You want to double line everything you do. Get that wonky line going. Wonky lines are so much better than smooth lines. And then you can see what we've got next. We're going to flick off the V's in those like plates on the back, and then we're going to put those dashed lines around the back as well. So let's flick off some V's. I've gone down a pen size as well when I get to this point. So flick off some V's and then that dash line. Let's put a bit down here as well. Don't think about it too much, just chuck it in. I might even put a little bit over here. Going to leave that space though, because the character's pointing that way. I'm going to leave that space for the face. So let's go and pull out a face card for our character. We've done that one. It's another multi-eyed one. Look at all those eyes. Now when I'm doing this card, it's important to remember that these prompt cards are just there as prompts. They're just there to kind of get you started. So if you have a better idea, then that's absolutely perfect. But if you've got no ideas, this is why the prompt cards are perfect, because you just give them a bash and it gets you creating. And as soon as you start drawing, that's when you start coming up with your own ideas as well. So let's go and grab that thin pen and put this face in. We'll start off with that happy D down the bottom. So nice big happy D kind of shape. Double line it. We've got that bouncy line across the top. For the teeth, we've got this tongue. It's two lines, like one line that comes across and flicks down. Go back on yourself and do another one. And then we've got a nice looking tongue. Let's colour the rest of the back of that in black. And then we'll do a little time check in a minute. See how long it's taken us to get this far. How's that look? Yeah, that's all right. With the eyes as well, we've got 8 eyes in that card. You don't necessarily have to go exactly that amount of eyes. Just throw in as many as you can. I'm going to definitely go with that middle eye because that feels quite important. But then everywhere else, just throw in as many as you can squeeze in. I'm going to do a pyramid of eyes. Look. That looks nice. Another trick with eyes as well is have the pupils looking at one of the other characters rather than just having it looking off the page. So like these ones are looking at the cactus, so I'm going to have these ones looking at old cactus boy as well. And it just draws the attention to that cactus plant, especially as he's outside the frame as well. That's that works out quite nicely. Gurkha's already had a texture, so we're not going to go with the texture on that one. What are we in now? We are, let's see how long we've been doing this for. 20 minutes. Got about that much done in 20 minutes. I think we're pretty much close to being finished. Just a reminder, this is the How to Doodle guide. You can pick it up from my website. Go to corpacademy.com and yeah, download the guide, print off the templates, print off the prompt cards, cut them out, have a go yourself, give them to somebody, whatever you want. Let's go and put another character in. What are we in with? 4 characters, so we're averaging, I think, you know, I spent a couple of minutes talking, so we're averaging one every like 5 or 6 minutes. Let's put that one to the back. Next character is the Yeti. Yeah, now you can see with the Yeti, like, we've got this little grey line in there. That grey line means you need a pencil for this one. So grab your pencil, figure out where Yeti wants to go. Doesn't really matter where. I'm going to have Yeti going over here, look. So it goes off the page as well, or behind the frame. Just because that finishes that bit off quite nicely. Grab your 0.5, the main pen that you've been using. You want to use the same pen all the time, or the same couple of pens all the time. You don't want to swap out to being a thin pen for this now, because that would look a bit weird. And then, right, what we're going to do for Yeti, all we're doing is like a lazy zigzag. So you kind of, a lazy zigzag is like a normal zigzag. It's just all leaning over to one side. So let's start up here and just do a little lazy zigzag. Now, as you're doing this, sometimes you want them to curl up. Sometimes you want them to curl down. Sometimes you want them close together. Sometimes you want them far apart. So just as you're doing it, just remember to kind of mix it up a little bit, and then it will become a lot more natural looking. Hi Parrot, Facita, Giovanni, Jeffrey, Inca Bulls. Nice. Hi everyone. Thank you very much for joining in. I'm using my prompt cards to draw a quick piece in my sketchbook. There you go, that's that character done. Yeah, he's nice and easy, yeah? Face cards in, so we've done that one. Let's put that one away and see what the next one is. And what I love about this is sometimes you're going to have your prompt cards are going to line up beautifully, like they have done on this one. So we've done a Yeti character, and then we've got this character that's got like a triangular nose, like a very animal-like nose. But sometimes you'll draw a character that's like definitely a furry body, and then you'll get like a fish face or a beak or something to go on a furry body. So sometimes it throws up some real random combinations, but let's put that one in now. Yeti's kind of like halfway off the page, so thin pen, let's go and put half a face in. So we'll start off with the eye, a little eyebrow, and then a little half a triangle. Putting in half a triangle there. It's still a triangle, but we'll put that in, and then underneath it's like a fish hook, so coming from the tip of that triangle, like a fish hook shape. Another triangle for the tooth, and we're done. Yeah. What I love about this particular character is look at the eyes right in the centre. It makes it look a little bit spaced out, a little bit weird. So I'm going to keep that and put those eyes looking directly at us. That looks freaky. Love it. Hi Sleepy. Hi from Denmark. Hope you're doing well, mate. So let's see then. So we've just drawn Yeti, yeah? Furry character. It's got a very animal kind of shaped nose, but then the texture for it is going to be a load of spots and bubbles. So all we're going to do with this one is just we're going to throw in some like capital C shapes with a little shadow. And the main thing to remember is with the capital C is that the gap of the capital C needs to be pointing towards the centre of the character. So if we say the centre of the character is where the nose is, just go and put in these little shapes where the gap is pointing towards the nose. Let's put one on the top. And we've got like a weird lumpy character now, which I kind of like. And again, with the like clumping them together, some big ones, some small ones. Hey Kelly. Hope you're doing well, mate. This is why I couldn't have Kian come and shadow me, because it's like I can reach the back of my studio. It's too small, mate. I hope Nathan was able to help him out there. Nathan's a good guy, so I'm sure he'll be able to help him out. Just a reminder to everybody, I'm showing you how to use my How to Doodle guide. It's a free download available on my website, so go to corpacademy.com if you want to download it. It's a nice, easy way of drawing. It's got everything you need in there to get you started with drawing something like this. Right, I'm going to put one more character in. This next character is going to go just there. It's going to go right off the top of the page, really quite high up. So we've done Yeti. Let's see what the next character is. Let's bring that down. This one's called Loose Bounce, mainly because it's a loose bounce. There's another character in there called Tight Bounce, which is same character but just smaller bounces. Again, you can see the grey line in there, so you're going to need a pencil for this one. So for this one, let's go and put this character in. Like I said before, go from one head to the other head, like that. We'll put it in with a pencil first, because then what we'll do is we'll grab our 0.5 and we'll put that loose bounce on it. So essentially all you're doing is a bouncy line that just hits that pencil line all the way around. Then when we take that pencil line out, when we rub it out, it's all going to look good. So let's go around this side. Let's double line it. Don't forget rule 1 in the Corp Academy, double line everything you do. And double lining isn't about making your line twice as thick, it's about making your line twice as wonky. Wonky lines look better and are much easier to draw as well, so you'll enjoy your drawing more if you go with this wonky line technique. Right, bouncy character in. Let's go and put a face in. Again, I can't think of what face to put in, so let's park that one. Let's see what the next face card is. And again, look at just random. Look at how we've got those smooth, bouncy lines for the body, but then we've got all these like real zigzaggy bits for the face. Grab the thin pen, because we're doing the faces with a thin pen, and we'll start off with that shape for the mouth. It's like an M. It's like an M, but with an extra bit on the M. It's like a double M. Does that make any sense? Double M. So let's go with something around here. So we're ending on a down. So we're going up, down, up, down, up, down. Put in the eyes, which are just V shapes. And there's that. That character's finished. Well, not quite finished, because we're going to put a texture card in. Last one was bubbles. Let's see what we've got next. This one's a nice one. This is one that makes things look like scales, or like a creature from the Black Lagoon. And it's a nice easy one. It's just a W followed by a U. Okay, so stick with your thin pen. Let's go and put some W's in. Look. W, U, W, U. And again, the main thing here is try and randomize them. So put a couple together. Once you've got those in, maybe just put some little, we've got some little U's in there as well. So don't think about it too much, just throw them in, see what happens. I think that looks right. That'll do for now anyway. Right, what we're going to do at this stage is we're going to start closing off the top of that barrier, yeah? So I think what we'll do is we'll take this line across there, close it off just there. See what I mean? Finishes that shape off quite nicely. Let's have a look. So I think we can probably squeeze like at least the body of a couple of characters in there, even if we don't squeeze anything else in. So let's have a look, see what else we got. This is a weird looking one. We've got a lumpy in there. You can see the grey lines. Now with this one, the grey line means you need to use a pencil. So for this one, you put a sausage shape in with a pencil, and then you do these C shapes that straddle that pencil line, and then you go around the body. Let me show you what I mean. So let's go and put that in. Let's put it in, just live in there, something like that. Grab your 0.5, and we'll put those C shapes in first. Remember, these C shapes, they've got to straddle the pencil line. So you've got to start inside and finish inside the pencil line. That's kind of important. Don't draw above that pen line because we're drawing the character inside the frame. Once you've got those C shapes in, we can go around the rest of the character. Making sure we don't go through. And maybe just put some extra little bumps in there. One of the good things is as you get higher on your page, as you get more and more finished, there's less space. So the characters become a lot quicker to draw. Let's put a face on this one. Sometimes what you can do as well with these prompt cards is maybe lay out 2 and just choose your favourite each time. I do like just drawing whatever comes up. There you go. We've got a nice, what's that, like a rabbit kind of face. So thin pen now. Thin pen for a rabbit face. This one's kind of going off the top of the page, so I'm going to draw those eyes going off the top of the screen frame. I don't know. So there's the eyes, there's the pupils. We've got a little reflection in there. Colour the rest black. And all of these cards, they've been designed so that they're really dead easy to draw. Because I think if you saw this picture and you were told, right, we'll draw that picture, that'd be more complicated, especially if you were making it up and it was something original. Whereas if you just know how to draw each one character at a time, it becomes so much easier to draw this way. Okay, so we've got some little bags under the eyes. And we've got a little oval for the nose. Got a little curve for the mouth and a W for the teeth. See what I mean? They're all dead easy shapes. There's nothing complicated. You don't have to think about what you're doing. You know, this kind of stuff, this is made for maybe artists that have experienced a bit of art block and need some way of like kickstarting their creativity. But it's mainly for people that, you know, when you say, I wish I could draw like that. Yeah, that's exactly what these guides are for, is for those people that wish they could draw but don't really know where to start. Okay, we're going to finish this off now. So I think we've filled in all the gaps really nicely. What we're going to do now is just a few little finishing touches. And again, there's a page in the How to Doodle guide that tells you how to do that. Let me just quickly remind you, just in case you haven't had enough reminders. There is the How to Doodle guide. It's a free download from my website, corpacademy.com. Head over there and you can pick it up. It's about 14-15 pages of instructions, prompt cards, templates, materials list, and then this next bit, which is the top tips, which is like how to finish off your piece. So when I'm finishing off, what I'd probably do is like put some little bubbles or something in. So that's a blank area just there, so I'd put some bubbles in that just to fill the area. Maybe go over here as well, little bouncy line, little bubbles to finish that off. But then I'd also grab my thin pen and I'd get inside all the characters and I'd be looking at, right, which characters need something else going on with them. So like in the inner ears of this character, that needs some shading in. This could be as well where you bust out some colours, start putting some colour on. But I love the look of just doing black and white stuff. Let's put some graining in these teeth. What else? Let's shade in these toenails. Let's give this one some cheekbones. Cheekbones, little, circles, exclamation marks, little hearts. If you want to make it look cute. What else? 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Anything like that works really well as stuff to put in. Right, I'm going to finish this off then. How long have we been drawing for? That's 35 minutes. That's way too long. I've been talking too much. Xbox King 44 Gaming. Hey sir, Matt from Newfoundland. Been a while, sir. Missed your content. Been sick for a while and still am, but I hope to start attending regularly again. Nice. Thank you, mate. Missed you. I think what Xbox is talking about is I do a weekly drawing session as well. Weekly on a Wednesday. I just get online and show people how to draw stuff with a Sharpie. That's all you need, just a Sharpie and maybe a thin pen, maybe a pencil if we're feeling complicated. So yeah, all I'm doing to finish off is I'm taking this background and I'm just hashing it out with some lines. Is this diagonal? Yeah, this is diagonal, isn't it? Hashing it out with some diagonal lines. This is where you might just want to put in a bit of pale colour just to finish off. But yeah, the whole point of the How to Doodle guide is it shows you how you can do some really fun, cool, mindful doodles. Just get lost in it without it being too complicated, without it being unachievable. So all you need is a couple of black pens and pencil, paper, and you should be able to finish off. You don't have to buy a sketchbook. You don't have to buy expensive pens. Just spend a couple of quid or just find some biros or whatever you've got in the house. The whole point of the How to Doodle guide is it makes it accessible and easy to get started. Because I definitely believe that drawing shouldn't just be for people that can afford all the latest Posca pens. It should be for everybody. There we go. I think I'm going to leave it just there. I quite like that as a little finish. A couple of little black spots. I like a few little black ink spots around the outside to finish off. But I really like the way it's we've got like some characters just popping off the page. Cute. Let's give it a signature. Always sign your work as well. I don't know if you're on Instagram, you wouldn't have seen that signature. And then we're going to rub out all those pencil lines, so nobody knows all the tricks for how we draw those complicated characters. Where did I only had pencil lines on 3 characters in the end? There we go. Thank you, mate. Sorry, I was just reading what Xbox was saying. Yeah, if I work on my hashtags, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Some channels like on Twitch, I've got like 5 followers, and on Facebook, I've got like 100,000 followers. It's weird. There's no, the same content usually goes on all my platforms. Don't know why some take off and some don't, but I appreciate what you're saying there. That is really kind of you. And yeah, the How to Doodle guide is there. Just one last time, let me quickly show you, and then we'll review the picture. There it is. Pick it up from corpacademy.com. It's a free guide. It's got everything you need in there to get you started. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm with you there. So look at that. Art Dashwood says, according to Instagram, hashtags do not work. To be fair, I think the algorithm and AI's got so cool and clever now that it can just tell what's going on and it can put it in front of the right people without any need for hashtags. Who knows? There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason for it. But there you go. Let's have a little look. There's the artwork, and this was like it took me about 40 minutes. Yeah, we've been on 40 minutes this second, and yeah, that's what we've drawn in 40 minutes, and that's with me talking and giving you guys some instructions and taking my time on it as well, and pushing the How to Doodle guide like every 5 minutes. So we've taken loads of breaks. You could easily do that in half an hour. And just imagine how good it feels to be able to do a little cute doodle like that in half an hour. Let me quickly show you some of my others as well. There's another one that I did today. We're drawing some little monsters. This is just typical of the kind of stuff that I draw in the Corp Academy. So if you want to learn to draw stuff like this, then just consider joining the Corp Academy as well. Art by Dashwood, just tag me in one of your pictures, mate. Tag me in one of your pictures so I can find you. Because while I'm broadcasting, it's a bit difficult for me to go and find people because it's got a different screen on here. But yeah, tag me in something that you want me to see, and I'll give you a follow back. All right. Nice. There we go. We're all finished. Thanks very much for tuning in. I'm heading out now. I might go broadcast again tomorrow, so keep your eyes and ears peeled for the next notification. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.